While the horror genre is well known by now for its iconic final girls and scream queens, horror both empowers yet also sometimes degrades women in films, and it has for many years. The term scream queen is a wordplay on scream queen and describes an actress who is prominent and influential in horror films, either through a notable appearance or recurring roles. Some notable scream queens are Linda Blair, Jamie Lee Curtis, Helen Camp, and the specific scream queen that I'm going to be talking about today, Neve Campbell. As the magazine Elle states, Neve Campbell is still the reigning queen of scream, and in my opinion this couldn't be more true. During the 90s, Campbell was the talk of film lovers, whether it be for a shy burn victim turned witch in The Craft, a manipulative outcast in Wild Things, and by far the most influential role, Sidney Prescott in Wes Craven's iconic slasher franchise, Scream. She was the ultimate final girl, and through said films solidified herself as a staple of slasher films, and this has stayed true for decades with her most recent appearance in the soft reboot/sequel Scream from 2022. Sidney Prescott is known for being an iconic character due to her multi-layered textured writing and is a pure culmination of expertise from Wes Craven, Kevin Williamson and Neve Campbell. Wicked Horror describes Sidney Prescott as a character who feels real, who feels genuine, and who, above all else, feels like a hero much more than a survivor. She's not just the last girl standing, she's a girl who's tormented and backed into a wall until she starts fighting back. And in my opinion, this is what makes the character so influential and enduring. Campbell's character isn't just a survivor. She works alongside others in order to rise above the final girl status into a heroine, and this is even more emphasised in Scream's sequels, as despite all of the torment and torture Sidney Prescott endures, the character keeps fighting back. She keeps fighting to eliminate the evil both when it comes after her and when it doesn't, as shown in Scream from 2022. When Prescott returns to the franchise in the final act of the film in order to help the new heroine take down the same monstrous killer she has been taking down for decades. Sidney goes through hell in Scream and yet still endures. She is grieving her mother who is brutally killed and raped. Her boyfriend is trying to pressure her into sex instead of supporting her. And then Ghostface starts killing her friends one by one, making it obvious that the target is her. When her mother was first killed, Sidney acted as a witness to send a suspect to jail. However, once Ghostface starts his murder spree, it becomes clear that Sidney had wrongfully sent a man to jail, and so has to live with that guilt, as well as the worry of her father randomly disappearing midway through the film. And then, only minutes after having sex with her boyfriend, it is revealed that he was the one who was ghost-faced all along, working alongside a close friend. It is a lot of trauma that seeps into the character, and yet Neve Campbell makes it all look genuine and believable. And through all of this anger and trauma that her boyfriend has caused her, she fights back. She uses his own tactics in order to kill both of them and save the day. The power that comes with this character isn't just by accident either, as Kevin Williamson, writer of Scream as well as Dawson's Creek, I Know What You Did Last Summer and The Vampire Diaries, reported to The Independent and said, "As a gay kid, I related to the final girl and to her struggle, because it's what one has to do to survive as a young gay kid too. You're watching this girl survive the night and survive the trauma she's enduring. Subconsciously, I think the Scream movies are coded in a gay survival. And this is why the character works so well. The character was never meant to survive. It was never meant to just survive the bad. Williamson wrote Sidney Prescott to fight back and thrive despite all of the torture and horror, which acts in some ways as a metaphor for the struggles he faced as a gay man growing up in the 60s and 70s. Overall, Neve Campbell is a staple of the horror genre and will be for the foreseeable future, with her return to the Scream franchise coming sooner than you may expect, as Scream 7, directed by Kevin Williamson, has just started filming. This has been Aaron Gargoat at Excelsior Studios, and this has been Women in Horror.